Welcome back, everyone, to the David Bradley Athletic and Recreation Center for some more exciting basketball. And exciting is I think, an understatement of what I'm saying, but my name is Harrison Myers. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Matt Jandrew. Matt, I'm excited for this. After last night, what we saw, I don't think they can get better, but I think they can get on the same pace at least.
Yeah, we got another battle of two heavyweight opponents, two undefeated opponents. Last night we saw Mohawk and St. Clair's undefeated season, so they'll have another chance to do that. And just like you said, yeah, last night we had a game with 10 lead changes. So back and forth. It wasn't really anyone's game until the very end when Mohawk was able to pull ahead for that 7-point victory that we got to see. And today we've got another undefeated 4-0 team coming into town. It's the Lambton Lions, the men's team. Now, Lambton last year only won 7 games, so they're already almost at their season total. So it's been a real turnaround for them. They're having a great year. And to Mohawk's credit, they're also having a tremendous year. So, like you said, Harrison, I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how it could top last night, but I have a sneaking suspicion it'll be just as good, if not better.
Yeah, last season they were 7-11. Like as you said, 7 victories. For the Mountaineers, they won 1 game and they lost 1 against Lambton. So we'll have to see what happens, as we will have some highlights for you. If you did not see the game last night, don't worry, we have got you covered. And when I say we, I mean the production team, so thank you to them. We'll have some highlights of last night's exciting, to say the least, game. But yeah, both teams trading victories against each other last season. As you said, a big turnaround for the Lions so far to start, as Marco Dosen, you see him making that beautiful jumper. He was hackled all last night, double teamed, triple teamed.
But he managed to put up 28 points on top of 7 from 7 from the free throw line. So obviously, you're going to want to get more than one defender on him, but nevertheless, he's going to make you pay no matter what. So he's looking for another big night. Scott Jenkins had a big night. Iverson Chong had a big night. All those familiar names who you've come to expect big things out of on this Mohawk side showed up, and they're going to be looking for more of the same in tonight's contest. Another
complete team performance, as we come to accustomed really with both of these Mountaineer basketball teams and programs. It's all about teamwork, and Scott Jenkins was the player of the game of last night. He was the lucky interviewer, interviewee, I should say, as referees will be going around getting ready to start this one, as we will have the national anthems and then the player introductions in front of another pretty good crowd, considering that both these games in the afternoon, not at night. Very nice turnaround, as we will be getting ready to get going into this one. So please stay with us. We'll have the anthems, introduction. We will be back right after those.
Mohawk College is situated on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe nations within the lands protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement, and it's currently home to many indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island. Now, if I could ask you to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem. Here are the starting lineups. Here's the starters for the visiting Lambton Lions. Starting at guard, number 2, Tyrell Miller. Starting at guard, number 6, Albin Gashi. Starting at guard, number 10, Milos Lukac. Starting at forward, number 14, Javonte Griffith. And finally, starting at guard, number 35, Owen Newell. And now here are the starters for your Mohawk Mountaineers. Starting at point guard from Oakville, Ontario, number 3, Iverson John. Starting at guard from Hamilton, Ontario, number 5, Scotty Jenkins. Starting at guard from Hamilton, Ontario, number 11, Elton Adam. Starting at guard from Malcolm, Ontario, number 14, Kazaza. And finally, starting at forward from Hamilton, Ontario, number 17, Marco Dawson.
All right, we are ready to go for this second game. Back to back. So far, the women were able to sweep both of their games that they played. Now the men will try to do the same. And before we get going, I'd like to say happy Remembrance Day that is coming up. So thank you to all those brave men and women that fought for this country, that fought for the freedoms that we get to enjoy, that we are using to speak about basketball and to speak about the Mohawk Mountaineers. So thank you for all of them as we are getting going. Lambton College do win the tip-off. And they will be controlling play to start this off. Chong right on. Dashi right there. Kick out. Out control. Chong with the steal. Stolen away from the hands of Griffith. Goes down hard. As the Mountaineers will, off the foul, will keep possession on the inbound as the foul was called on Tyrell Miller.
Talking to Scott Jenkins last night after the big win, they stressed how important defense was as we see Iverson Chong get a steal.
Chong down low to Kaz, who lays it in. Beautiful finish from him to get the first 2 points of this one. There's a high press from Adam on Tyrell Miller. Miller with a very nice move to create some space. Not open quite yet. Finds the cutter inside. Another pass tipped away by Jenkins. The steal not quite complete, but now it is. Adam does get it, and a loose ball foul called on Lukac there. It was after a big scramble, deflecting off everyone. It finally ends up in the hands of someone, a Mountaineer player, as Dosa now finds Jenkins open for 3. Yes! Scott Jenkins.
Saw him hit some of those last night, Harrison, and he's back at it early on here as Mohawk is coming out, putting their best foot forward and really bringing the pace to this Lambton team.
Miller tried to get through Adam, threw that ball off the head of Dosen. Battle for the loose ball again. Adam right there up against, seems to be Griffith. The Mountaineers will regain possession. Both the men and women, after wearing white last night, they are opting for the nice crimson orange.
It's a good look.
It is a good look. Jenkins across to Adam, now to Chong. Chong right back to Adam. Dosen with it, shot clock winding down. Tried to play it down low to Kaz, but out of his reach and intercepted by Miller. Miller passes it quickly across to Gashi. And a travel is called as the Mountaineers will take the ball right back. Up early in this game, 5-0. Definitely not a huge lead, but good start so far.
And encroaching on 2 minutes into this game with a goose egg still on that Lambton score sheet. So that stress on defense that they wanted to have has worked as of now in these early moments.
Dosen nearly had it picked off. Chong to Jenkins for three. This time it's off. Big rebound for Kaz. Now Chong for three. His shot is short. Adam gets the rebound. Now Dosen with it. He'll bring it back to Adam. Adam driving in, kicks it back out to Chong, nearly lost it. He'll take another three. This time rattles it down.
So clearly an emphasis on scoring from beyond the arc early, as we saw 3 different attempts from the 3-point range in that possession, and finally Iverson Chong getting one to fall.
All 3 were good looks, but finally, as you said, Chong able to get it to fall. Is that one a beautiful finish coming from Newell off the pass by Miller to give the Lions their first 2 points. Jenkins will be the one to bring it up. Finds Dosen. Dosen driving in, hackled, puts up the shot, no good. Kaz mid-air with the putback layup.
Great second chance effort there from Kaz to keep this to a 10-2 run, as Mohawk has really pushed the pace of this one early on.
That is exactly what you love to see. Is now Miller guarded by Adam once again. Elton Adam not giving him any space. His pass now across. Outlet pass across. Lukacs for 3. Off the rim and out. Rebound for the Mountaineers. Now Chong pushing the pace. Tried to make a nice pass to Adam, but it was picked off by Lukacs. It's now Miller. Getting a screen from Griffith. Gets through both. Nice pass down low. Layup is good, as Newell has all 4 points for the Lions so far.
Credit Griffith there on an impressive screen to create some space there for his teammates.
Jenkins, back to Chong, across to Adam. Back to Chong again, fakes the 3. Takes a few dribbles inside, pulls back, now Kaz. Back to Jenkins, he dribbles in. Behind the back pass to Dosen, shot clock winding down. Across Chong, pass to Fire. In and out, nearly goes in. Adam couldn't quite get the rebound there. Is now Miller will be the one to bring it up for the Lions. Miller drives past Adam, keeps control of it, pass down low. Newell's layup is good. All 6 points for Owen Newell to start this game for the Lions.
He's clearly a problem in the interior of this Mohawk defense.
Dosen down low, layup, he is fouled. Won't get the and one, but will get a trip to the line with Dante Richards coming into the game, as well as AJ Edwards for the Lions.
Like I said, pregame, 7 of Dosen's 28 points last night came from the free throw line. He was perfect from there. So, and this team, I mean, the Mountaineers men's squad has had a fantastic season shooting the ball from the free throw line. So more of that to come, hopefully, and we see one fall there.
Jackson subs in for Kaz. He'll get his first minutes of this one as we look back on that nice layup from Newell. Dosen misses his second free throw after making the first. Now another chance for the Lions to cut this Mountaineer lead. Only down 5. Edwards across. Griffith now down low to Newell. His layup blocked, but a foul called, and he'll get a trip at the line.
So he'll look to add on to his already 6 points that make up just about everything, not just about, but absolutely everything that has gone in for the Lambton Lions so far. He'll look to make it 8 straight points.
Clayton Burgess now will be subbing in, this time for Jamonte Griffith. Newell's first is good. Second free throw, good as well. As he continues his great start to this one. Now Jenkins will bring up the ball, guarded by Edwards. Jenkins does get a screen from Dosen, finds Richards. Dosen down low, puts up the layup and puts it in through the contact.
We know how dangerous he is in the paint, Harrison, and he's shown just how much damage he can do early on here.
Once again, Miller back out to Edwards, guarded by Jackson. Outlet pass, open for 3, no good. Once again from Lukacs. Now Edwards finding Jackson, he'll drive in, goes for the layup, gets
up
hit.
And down there. Oh. That'll be called out of bounds, as I don't think he came down with possession there.
The Lions once again have possession. Edwards guarded closely by Richards. Edwards driving, nearly loses it, puts in the corner. Another three, this time falls, and guess who again? Newell. He has all 11 points for the Lions. Jenkins to Dosen. Marco makes the move around. Lefty hook shot layup is good. Beautiful spin move in the post there. Richards once again against Edwards. And I'm so happy I don't have to play against Dante Richards with how he steals the ball. His eyes all over Edwards. Edwards goes in through the contact, and finally he whistles it. Foul is called.
A relentless defender. I mean, no doubt Richards absolutely is all over the place. One of the key factors in creating all the turnovers that this Mountaineers squad does. And like you were saying, not only would I not want to play against Dante Richards when I have the ball, I don't want to be a defender in the post when Marco Dosen is backing you down, because he is absolutely deadly.
Lions will continue to hold possession. Edwards with it. He drives in on Richards. Kick out. Newell open for three. Finally, he misses. The rebound bounces off and ends up in the Lions' hand once again. Edwards for three. He sinks it. Now a 1-point lead for the Mountaineers. As more subs being made, as a trio of substitutions. Now Kaz coming back on for Jackson, as Chong as well back on. He will start off possession, guarded closely by Edwards. Screen coming to help him out, finds Richards. That one across, the drive down low, no foul called. Battle for the rebound as the Lions able to get on the end of that one with Burgess. Now Miller, step back three over Richards, no good. Rebound one, that time by Brown. Now Kaz dribbles in, back out to Chong. Chong to Richards, back to Chong. Screen coming to help him out. Chong back to Richards, Richards for three, yes!
Dante Richards extending this lead back up to 4 points after Lambton had quite a run of their own to shrink it down to a single possession game.
Whatever you can do, I can do better, says Dante Richards. That layup no good, rebound for Brown. Quickly up the court now. Kaz holding on to it, wants to set up the play. Open to Brown, now down low. John's layup no good, but once again, another putback point by Kaz. And timeout called, first timeout of the game for the Lions, as the Mountaineers, after being only up by one, go on a 5-point run to take back a bigger lead. Now up by 6, 20-14 now.
Yeah, I thought they did a spectacular job defensively. Obviously, after being up 6 points early on, kind of had a run go against them the other way. As, like we said, it was down to just a single-point lead at one point, but they've certainly regained control. I think they're doing a fantastic job controlling the defensive glass. They haven't really allowed many second chance opportunities for the Lambton Lions, and they've also done a good job passing the ball around, moving it around, and creating some second chance points on the other end, as we just saw Kaz put a second chance opportunity away after a missed shot from Marco Dosen, a rare missed opportunity, I should say, from Marco Dosen in the post. So they're doing a lot of good things, but they're just going to have to keep the pace up as this Lambton Lions team is still nipping at their heels.
A lot of physical play to start this one. Some fouls, but definitely not as much as we saw in the women's game, at least so far in this early on in this one in the first quarter. As after that timeout, the Lions will start with possession once again.
Lambton, like we saw against St. Clair last night, Mohawk was back and forth so far. Lambton hasn't had a lead yet in this one, but there's still lots of time for them to make a run of their own at the end of this first quarter and get their first advantage of the game.
Now will be Brown. Guarding as Newell nearly loses it, and a foul is called as Richards eye poked there by Newell.
Richards looking to be in a bit of discomfort, but well, not coming off on his own volition, but now Scotty Jenkins will be called in to relieve him. And Newell going out as well.
Obviously, just want to make sure you don't get poked in the eye. You got to make sure you're okay, even if it seems like you're okay. That bacteria could end up in there. Nobody wants to see that. It's now Chong starting it off. Finds LeJohn. Back to Chong. He dribbles in, back out. Long three on its way. Way off that time. Is unfortunate misses. Lions will make yet another substitution. Coming out is Burgess, and Liam Tosh is coming in for his first minutes of this one as we are under 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Lambton digging deep into the bench in the first quarter, getting everybody involved.
Gashi kicks out Edwards for three, no good. Rebound Brown. Brown, nice behind the back move. Find Jenkins open for three. Yes! Scott Jenkins.
Credit Scott Jenkins, another three-pointer, and Carter Brown, who I don't believe got any minutes in the game against St. Clair, has come in and he's been a good rebounder and now picking up an assist on Scott Jenkins. Three-point bomb.
First year student and player in Carter Brown, so obviously a rookie, but it's good to see that the Mountaineer staff will be using him when they need to, and so far so good for him.
Now we'll have a shooting foul going against Mohawk. Is Dozen coming in, Adam coming back in. So the starting lineup back together again to finish the last minute and a half or so of this one.
First free throw is good from Gashi. Second free throw off, battle for the rebound, won by Dosen. He does a great job to win that. Now Chong with it. Chong dribbles all the way in, goes for the layup, is blocked, couldn't quite get it back. Once again, the Lions will be holding possession with Gashi, guarded closely by Chong. Gashi finds Edwards, guarded by Adam. Edwards attacks, kicks it out, open three. No good that time from Howard, and the ball goes out of play, and the Lions will keep possession. The shot clock resets back to 14. Miller will be on the inbounding duty this time. He kicks it all the way out to Tosh. Back down low, and that one off the fingertips of Gashi. As Dosen nowhere to go, does play it off to Chong. Chong able to get out of there. Now Kaz with it.
The referee's conferring here. I'm not sure what the call was, unless there was a blocking foul on. It's a shot clock adjustment. So they're looking for 17 seconds. Must have been a foul there, though.
Seemingly, as the Mountaineers will keep possession. As Jenkins will be on the inbound, finds Chong. Chong to Adam. Adam attacking, down low, Dosen, no good. His putback, no good. Kaz can't get it either. And now Miller the other way, going all the way into Chong. His layup isn't good. The second attempt, no good either. Dosen the rebound. He'll play it out to Kaz with time ticking, 15 seconds.
We'll slow it down here to get the last possession, as that was a pretty frantic couple of seconds there on either end.
Chong gets it back from Dosen. He'll attack. No shot for him. Now Dosen for three. Yes! At the buzzer, Marco Dosen.
Marco Dosen, he does it in the post, does it in the mid-range, and now he's done it behind the three-point line today. So he has attacked at all phases of the offensive end, and he has been the difference maker for sure for this team.
May as well call him Marco Wembayama at this point, as he can do it all. A threat everywhere on the court, and compared to last game, the Mountaineers do get a somewhat, not completely comfortable, but compared to last game, Matt, a much more comfortable lead.
It was a 1 point difference and they were losing at the end of the first quarter last night against St. Clair. So right now they'll take an 11-point lead for sure. This Lambton team definitely not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. But I've liked the way Mohawks performed on the boards on either end, as we'll get a look at the first quarter highlights here. But a lot of offensive rebounds, second chance points, and they've really controlled the defensive end, not allowing Lambton, excuse me, to get many opportunities, second chance opportunities. So yeah, it's been an all-around pretty good first quarter, but definitely far from over.
Yeah, we saw Kaz get a few of those putbacks on Dawson misses, who's been dealing with a lot of contact once again. However, so far so good for the Mountaineers. Really, nothing really you can say they did wrong. Obviously, you're going to make mistakes, but no real foul trouble, no real, missed opportunities. Maybe just make more shots, but that's something you'll probably say every game.
Absolutely. I mean, no one's going to shoot 100% from the field, but they have shot very well from the three-point line. A couple of misses, but generally, I mean, everyone's kind of gotten involved, and Marco Dawson, obviously, with the exclamation point at the end of that quarter with a buzzer beater of sorts, and an absolutely very reassuring start, I would say, to this first quarter and first half for the Mohawk Mountaineers men's squad.
Head coach Jamie Girolametto letting his team know final instructions. We did hear him at the end of that first quarter yelling to calm down with 10 seconds left, and seemingly it worked. I don't know if he drew up on the spot the play to Marco Dawson, but whatever he said worked, and we'll have to see if things will continue in the right direction for the Mountaineers. The Lions will start with the ball off the inbound. It is Gashi. Gashi passes it outside to Griffith. He just checked back in. Back to Gashi. His layup is good. A great contest there, but better offense that time.
Impressive stuff. Defender was all over him on that attempt.
Adam with it. Dribbles in and just loses it. Unlucky for Elton Adam. That is not a turnover you like to see. So once again, the Lions will get the ball right back. Miller, guarded by Adam.
The press is on for the Mohawk Mountaineers. Trademark of this program is Richards.
Will get the layup, a double screen, but given away. And Richards will happily take that easy layup.
Just as you had pointed out in the first quarter, your prediction came true, and Richards made them pay off of a turnover.
Driving down the lane, pass to Griffith, guarded by Jenkins. That one outside, Lukash drives all the way, puts it down low, and the layup is good from Griffith.
What a pretty assist on that one.
Very nice indeed, as now Jenkins has it. He'll try to respond, and a good call there by the referee as Jenkins got hacked in the face. Get a look back on Richards' beautiful
And now Lambton
layup.
calling a quick timeout here early on.
It's always a bit surprising. Maybe things not going the way they wanted to start this second quarter, but right after a break, calling a timeout, always interesting.
Maybe a chance for another reset. I mean, we're still at an 11-point deficit, so nothing's changed in that regard, but obviously, like you said, the coaching staff on the Lambton side not pleased with what we saw, although we did see that pretty looking assist there, but something not quite right in the coach's eyes.
That was Lukacs there, who ended up getting the foul on the other end right after that assist. So now once again, both teams will get a chance to hear from their coaches. It's only basically a minute, 30-minute 50 into the second quarter. Timeout already to reset things for both teams. We will be getting ready to go as the Mountaineers will start with the ball in Lambton territory. Jenkins will be on the inbound. Mohawk, as of right now, holding a 9-point lead. Jenkins with the long pass to Dosen, but it's just out of his reach. And now once again, Griffith with a beautiful spin move, and he'll get the pretty layup. Very nicely done there to get past both defenders. As the Lions continue to cut into this Mountaineer lead. Now it's Richards to Jenkins, back to Richards. Kaz, down low, Dosen, unstoppable.
Dosen just picked that one out of the Lambton defender's hands as he was just too big and too long to handle there.
The Lions did everything they could to not let him catch the ball. Now Miller, guarded by Adam. Shot clock starting to wind down. Griffith, his layup is no good, but a foul is called. He'll get a chance at the line. Chong will be subbing in now for Jenkins, who seemed to be planted way earlier as his head coach agreed with him, but unfortunate, still picks up the foul, giving Griffith a chance at the line to once again cut the lead back to 7. First free throw no good, so now only able to cut the lead to 8. Take a look back to his beautiful spin move layup as he misses his second free throw, going over 2 from the line. Richards with pace to Kaz, outside Chong, open for 3. Rolls out, but look who's there on the end of it once again. Kaz with the putback layup after really Chong's 3 in and out. As Miller comes back, step back 3, no good. Rebound is off of the hands, last touched by Dosen. So the Lions will retake possession.
Kaz with yet another putback score, so he's keeping this lead above 10 points with that one. He's been doing it all night.
Griffith out to Edwards, now Miller, open corner 3, no good. Edwards with the rebound, he'll take the mid-range jumper and make it. It's the lead now. 2-11. There's Chong. We'll start it off, guarded by Miller. Down low to Dosen. Dosen. No foul called there, no travel either. A turnover. And now Miller. Screen given. He gets the switch against Adam now. Miller driving through, kicks it back out, down low, Griffith. He passes it back out to Edwards. Shot clock winding down. That one's stolen away by guess who? Richards once again off the foot of Miller into the back, and the
Pickpocket Dante Richards today.
Bit of a pickpocket. Not the guy you'd want to see when you're on a trip. If you see Richards, Dante Richards anywhere, hide all your stuff because he will take it, because that's what he does. Right now, the Lions are learning that the hard way.
He has been nasty with the steals, and a big reason Mohawk is enjoying the lead they are.
Ike Roda's left-hand hook shot, no good. Couldn't quite get the rebound back. Just came out of his hands. Now Corey King getting his first minutes of this one. Against Kaz, drives in, nice pass down low, and the layup is good. From Vander Doxilly, and a timeout called by the Mountaineers. Still holding a 9-point lead, but definitely need a break through that one.
So now either side having taken a timeout in this quarter it's been a little bit leaning towards Lambton in the last couple minutes or so, I'd say, Harrison, and they've shrunk the lead down to 7. So certainly nothing insurmountable as Mohawk will just try to get back on the same page and get back to that basketball they were playing at the beginning of the quarter and at the end of the first. That got them up to above 10 points.
Very different than last night's game where both coaches refused basically to call a timeout until the end of the game. There is no chickens here. Both coaches will be using their timeouts to catch a breather, go over some things. The Lambton Lions credit to them. They've kind of exposed on some opportunities the Mountaineer defense. However, we'll have to see if that'll continue or the Mountaineers are able to change things up. Still up by 9.
I think Lambton's really turned around the rebounding game. They were kind of losing it drastically in the first quarter, and this quarter they've done a much better job getting offensive boards and controlling their own rebounds.
Richards now will take the little jump layup, no good. Rebound to Adam. Adam loses it, gets it back. Still being guarded tightly. Back outside to Richards, shot clock winding down. Richards finds Adam open for 3, short. Rebound Ike Rhoda. He goes down and a foul called. So the Mountaineers will reset the shot clock with Jalen Jackson coming back into this game for Elton Adam. Inbound by Richards. Finds Jackson down low, no good on the layup. Rebound controlled, and Richards takes a fall to see if he's okay. It seems like both Lion and Mountaineer player are okay. As it was Evander Toxili who went down hard. There's just some technical difficulties now we're waiting for. As the Lions do make a sub with Parker Caruthers coming back into this one. Edwards on the inbound. Taken by King. King guarded by Chong. King driving, goes to the inside, back out. Edwards for 3, no good, but a foul called. So he'll get 3 shots at the line. A chance to cut this lead down to 4. With another sub made. I think the first time we've ever seen Amadis McKay coming into the game for the Mountaineers.
Maybe just trying to get a different look. I mean, they have had a little bit of trouble defensively in the last couple minutes, so get some new fresh blood into this one and see if you can exploit a new matchup.
Second free throw is good from Edwards. Does have one more as he was fouled at the 3-point line.
And Edwards really been the catalyst to a lot of Lambton offense here.
He makes the last 2 after missing the first, cutting the lead down to 5. Okay, to Jackson, to Chong. Chong, no space for him, back to Jackson. Now Kaz. Kaz driving in. No layup lane for him, but the 3 from McKay, no good. Rebound for Ike Rhoda, and a foul called on him.
Yeah, I think it's fair that was all contact with the defender, the first swat he had at it.
The Mountaineers definitely see this game starting to slip away from them. Obviously still early in the second quarter, however, their 11-point lead, biggest lead of the game, has disappeared. Now only up by 5 as Jackson right in front of Caruthers. Now King, started by McKay. King driving in, layup, no good. Rebound Ike Rhoda. Finds McKay. McKay will now bring it up, still guarded by King. Almost made him fall there. Now Chong with it, guarded by King. Screen coming. Chong driving in, down low. Kaz, layup is good to shut down the Lions' run. Another.
Yeah, like you're going to say, excellent in the paint. Excellent in the paint from Kaz today.
He's been so clutch on those layups. And for a guy who's not necessarily the tallest guy, he's made everybody pay that has been down there with him as Chong is fouled hard by Eder. Yeah, you know, he's tall, but he's not like you wouldn't look at him and say, oh my goodness, what a center.
No.
But he still is able to get all those rebounds and those put-back alley-oops.
I think he's got an excellent sense of timing and an excellent vertical jump, excellent, you know, lateral movement from him. He's just absolutely, you know, picking his moments and picking his spots, and he's kept them in the lead.
Chong with it, fakes the three, dribbles in, down low, Ike Rhoda takes his dribble, layup, no good. Rebound collected, but the Mountaineers will keep possession. All sorts of contact, but not enough for a foul to be called. Chong will be on inbounding duties this time. Guarded by Edwards, a sub made by the Lions as Newell will be coming out in favor of Hallward. Chong, long pass out to McKay, takes a quick three, that one blocked by Miller, but McKay able to get it back. Ike Rhoda finds Jackson, layup no good, no foul called. Another surely missed opportunity as Jackson is getting completely harassed on his arm, but no call.
Bit of a strange set of plays there as McKay tried to get a three-pointer off of a direct pass in the inbound, and it was tipped, and then it led to a series of mishaps there that will result in Lambton having an inbound. But Mohawk clearly in the press.
Dawson's check back into this one. As Edwards will not bring it up against McKay. Edwards driving, will kick it back out. Chance for the three, it's good from Caruthers. Beautiful looking three there to make it a 4-point lead for the Mountaineers once again. McKay, he is hand checked there by Miller. Bit of a technical difficulty as will be McKay on the inbounding now for the Mountaineers. They hold possession. Looking, you'll find Chong. The halfway line, Chong now dribbles in. Attack mode, down low, Dosen, too easy. Big 2 points for the Mountaineers.
Great vision there from Chong. Seeing Dosen have the space, and he'll make you pay within a couple of feet every time.
And Miller with the deflection of a steal. Now Chong with it. Chong plays it across to Dosen. Dosen jump hook is good. Back-to-back clutch points for him to give the Mountaineers a much bigger lead, now up to 8. A 4-point swing for them thanks to Marco Dosen.
They really have gone as he's gone in this one, and when he's been on the floor, he's been scoring, and they're stretching their lead back out.
Caruthers with the pass across, the layup no good from Gashi. Rebound taken by Griffith. Now Miller, and a travel called on the Lions, so the Mountaineers will get the ball right back with a chance to continue their run. So look back on that pretty feed there from Iverson Chong, and Dosen will say, thank you very much for such an easy layup.
Absolutely, he'll take that. That's money in the bank as we see Carter Brown checking in for McKay.
Adam will inbound to Chong. Play it right back to Adam. He'll go in, finds Brown. Now to Chong, screen from Dosen. Chong, 2 nice dribble moves, dribbling in, back out Dosen. Jumper is good. 2-pointer there. The 2 points you'll take as Marco Dosen has taken over this second quarter with 6 straight points now.
I feel like he did a similar thing in the first, so clearly Lambton has no answer from Marco Dosen. And we'll see as Adam.
A bit of a mislook there as the good contest by Miller off the rebound by Brown. And the outlet pass, rebound again by Dosen as the Mountaineers will press forward. Brown with it to Jackson, open corner 3, splash.
Jalen Jackson getting involved in the party now. He's had a relatively quiet day offensively, but that'll get him going.
A 9-point run from the Mountaineers in the last couple minutes of the second quarter of the first half. Just driving in once again, back out Edwards, 2-pointer, no good, rebound Chong. He'll take his time on this one. Chong now driving in on Edwards, layup is good from Iverson Chong.
slick move there to cut into the middle, and Iverson Chong, a big offensive contributor, as all the heavy hitters are on the court now for Mohawk.
Miller's layup is good to put an end to an 11-0 run from the Mountaineers. Timeout called by Mohawk with a minute to go in the, or minute 08 to go in the first half in the second quarter. And what a great run that was. 11-0 run after only being up by 4, and easily the game could have swung the Lions' way, but the Mountaineers put their foot down.
Absolutely. Marco Dozin coming in, making his presence felt. Let's get a look at the Iverson Chong layup. But yeah, that was, like you said, Harrison, an establishing, you know, reestablishing your dominance in this one. And although it's only 13, it's like I said in the end of the first quarter, 11 points isn't 13, 11 points. It's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imaginations, but it's certainly a good, you know, indicator of where Mohawk might be in comparison to Lambton in terms of overall skill.
Yeah, I mean, that was the run you were hoping to see. And in the second quarter, we were able to see it. Thanks in large part to Marco Dozin with 6 straight points for the Mountaineers to get them from a 4-point lead all the way back up. Now, once again, the Mountaineers will have possession after the Lions made basket thanks to Miller.
I think that timeout probably planning for the hope of getting maybe a 2-for-1 opportunity. So you would love to get this up even further.
Adam will start it off, guarded by Miller. Finds Kaz, back to Chong, screened by Dozin. Chong attacking, kick out, Dozin open for 3. Yes! Marco Dozin again.
Marco Dozin reminding them why you can't leave him open anywhere. He'll make him pay from behind the 3-point line.
At 3 all the way from Kentucky. It's now Miller, guarded by Adam. Jab step, goes inside, posts up, nice feed down low. That shot blocked by Dozin. He's doing it all, but that time given away. And Miller makes him pay with that layup. Chong seemed to be favoring a finger, may have jammed it. Seems to be okay. So he'll be bringing up the ball. With no shot clock now, 15 seconds, the Mountaineers would love to take one last good shot to end the first half. So Brown has it to Kaz. Kaz down low, Dozin finds Brown. Brown, no shot there. Time ticks away, and that'll be the end of the first half. No calls really going the Mountaineers' way, but up 48-34. You'll be happy with that lead heading into the second half. Matt, what do you think about that performance?
I thought the Mountaineers really looked like themselves in the back half of that, or even the last 3 minutes of that second quarter, excuse me. Kind of seemed to be off their game a little bit. They were trying to, you know, different looks, different players, different matchups, and then they got Marco Dozin back out there. They had Iverson Chong back out there, and kind of the leaders of this squad really stepped up and reestablished that lead that they had built at the end of the first. So I think obviously you can't have those guys play 48 minutes, and they are a complete team. Like, don't get me wrong, when everyone's clicking, it's good to watch, but every now and then you got to lean on your hot hands, and right now that is Marco Dozin, as we're getting a great look at some of his work scoring the ball. And there's a Lambton 3-pointer that was missed, but from behind the 3-point line, he's done it. From in the interior, obviously there's really no defender, I'd say, in this game that can contest him in the post, and Steven made them pay from the mid-range.
Yeah, you need multiple defenders to handle him, as he has been all over the place. As we get some more stats courtesy of Rafosco once again, and we'll be taking a short 15-minute break here before we get ready for the second half. So take a break, and we'll see you then. everyone, to the Mohawk College David Bradley Athletic and Recreation Center. My name is Harrison Myers. I'm joined once again by Matt Jander as we get ready for the second half of what has been so far a very exciting contest. Not as close as the last one, but still a very close one. The Mountaineers having a 48-34 lead so far after the first half. Matt, what do we have for stats?
Well, they're shooting 51.3% from the field, Harrison, so that's always going to lead to success when you're scoring like they are, and they're also doing 46.7% from beyond the three-point line, so even better, especially, when you're trying to extend those leads, getting those 3 points really, knocks the wind out of the sails of the team who's trying to catch up. So shooting the ball has been terrific. They've rebounded the ball well. Marco Dozen's got 19 points and 6 rebounds, so he's doing his part as kind of the leader of the squad, and everyone's chipping in.
A 14-point lead at the end of the first half. Heading into the second half as we are just about ready for the third quarter. Both teams starting off with very similar faces. So far, I would have to say Marco Dozen has been the MVP for the Mountaineers. Has had big runs of points, as we saw it in the end of that second quarter. A huge 6-point swing, all 6 coming from him, that turned into an 11-0 run from the Mountaineers. As they will start with the ball with Dante Richards on the inbound. He'll give it immediately to Chung, and we are underway. Chung gives it away, though, stolen. Newell with the pass across. Lukács with the layup to cut the lead down to 12. Chung with it once again. Gets it back from Adam. Takes a couple dribbles to the side, back to Adam. Down low to Kaz, down low Dosen. No good that time.
A rare miss within a couple of feet by Marco Dozen.
Miller, guarded by Adam, will pass it across to Gashi. Gashi driving in on Kaz, takes the mid-range jumper and makes it to make the lead 10 now as a 4-point swing. And that one given away, but out of play goes Miller. That would have been a careless turnover. But the Mountaineers do get away with one. So get a look back on that. Beautiful bank mid-range jumpers. Richards now with it. Tries to lob it down to Dosen. Does succeed. Dosen under that one with the layup to end that 4-point run for the Lions.
That was quite the pretty, well, I would say it wasn't that pretty because Dosen really had to fight through it. And he'll get a rebound there, but yeah, ended up nice with the reverse layup there for Dosen to get things started offensively for Mohawk.
Miller's layup no good. Kaz for 3, short. Miller once again will bring the ball up. Off to Newell. Newell down low in the corner for Griffith. Griffith back out to the top. Gashi driving in, no good. Dosen fights and gets the rebound. Now Chung across to Richards. One dribble in, doesn't take it. Kaz doesn't take a 3 either. Goes in for the layup and one! Huge points for him. He'll get a trip to the line to finish the 3-point play.
What a start for Mohawk now after kind of coming out a little slow in the last 30 seconds or so. It's been all gas, no brakes, and they're just absolutely slicing through this Lambton defense.
It's a little bit shaky of a start, but they do weather that mini storm and have a chance to continue to add to their lead. The free throw is up and good from Kaz to complete his 3-point play. Now Newell will inbound to Lukács. He'll leave it off now for Gashi to bring it up, guarded by Chung. Gashi leaves it. Now Miller. Gashi once again down low. Griffith tried to play Newell, couldn't. Now Lukács. He'll drive in, put it out, but stolen away. Intercepted by Kaz. Plays it immediately to Adam. Layup is good.
Great points in transition there from Adam.
As the lead now up to 17 as the Mountaineers, after what seemed like could be letting Lions back into the game, go on a run of their own. Now Miller across to Newell. Newell driving on Kaz. Long outreach pass to Lukács for 3, no good. Kaz will keep that one alive, gives it to Richards. Richards dribbles in with the screen. Still going, no layup there. That one goes out of play. And it will be Lions ball.
So yeah, like what you thought we might see, a bit of a swing in the favor of Lambton early on, is now the scoreboard's looking like a bit more familiar territory for us and what we've kind of come to see from most games. Not looking like last night's St. Clair matchup at all, as Lambton has kind of let this one slip away from them to this point.
Richards all the way in front of Gashi. Pass down low, Miller, step back jumper is good over Adam.
That'll certainly help their cause though, as they'll chop it down to 15 points.
As the run for the Mountaineers is silenced for the moment, as that pass intercepted by Gashi. He'll push the pace, gives it off to Griffith. Back to Gashi, screened by Griffith there. He dribbles in, passes it back to Griffith. His jumper rolls back in to put the lead to 13. As the Lions come back with a bit of a run of their own. Now Jenkins drives in, pass down low. Kaz is fouled and will get a trip to the line. With Jackson coming back in, this time for Adam.
So Kaz looking to add on to the 10 points he scored in the first half, and he's been just as important. He's also had 3 offensive rebounds, so we've talked a little bit about his rebounding and second chance efforts today. But he's leading the team in offensive boards, so like you said, not the tallest player, but certainly he has found his niche in this game.
Both free throws good from Kaz. This time is Jackson all the way up on Gashi. Alvin Gashi receives a screen, still with it. Now hands it off to Miller, guarded by Richards. Miller still holding on to it. Shot clock starting to go down. He's gonna have to do something with it. A step back jumper, way short, going out of play, but actually Dosen does get away with one, as that one was hit off of him, but Newell was already out of bounds there. So the Mountaineers will keep possession. So now it will be Jenkins to bring it up. Scott Jenkins. Across to Kaz. He holds on to it, looking for some sort of movement. Finds Jackson. Jackson to Jenkins. Jenkins will dribble in with a bit of space. His layup is good.
Scott Jenkins getting himself on the board for the first time in the second quarter with some shifty moves, driving into the lane.
Going through that contact that put the lead back to 17 once again, as Richards nearly steals that one away from Miller. A kick ball there, and he'll be happy to take that.
Absolutely. Slow down the pace, if nothing else.
Edwards has checked back into this game. He's played more than a few minutes in that first half, as well as Burgess coming back in.
Edwards has been great coming off the bench. I mean, leading or second in the team in points in the first half. He's been a bit of a spark plug for them, kind of helped turn the tide when it was getting a little bit closer in that second quarter for Lambton.
Edwards pass down low, no good on that jumper. Was Burgess, and now the Mountaineers will have a chance of their own to come back. Dosen dribbles in. Back to Jenkins, long three. That one off. Kaz couldn't get on the rebound of that. Newell will play it quickly to Miller. Miller, down low corner, open, Lukacs. That one short. Rebound off the hands of Richards, but then right off of Lukacs and out, as LeJohn will come back into this one. He'll come in for Dosen. Jenkins bringing up the ball once again for the Mountaineers. Still up by 17. Kaz down low, Jackson. Jackson takes a couple dribbles, finds Richards open for three. No good. Rebound controlled by Edwards. Edwards quickly to Miller. Miller, he'll take advantage of that space. Layup no good. Second chance opportunity, no good as well. Rebound controlled by the Mountaineers. Now Jenkins with pace, going all the way up. And that one off a Lambton defender and out of play as the Mountaineers will get an inbound chance here with still 18 seconds on the shot clock. Kaz has it, he'll take the three, just in and out. Rebound almost in the hands of Jenkins, but it gets loose, and now the Lions coming back the other way. Lukács with a nice move inside and a foul called. And timeout is wanted by the Mountaineers, by head coach Jamie Girolamo. As so far in a dominant third quarter for the Mountaineers. The Lions definitely not out of it yet, but Mohawk has looked the better team, up by 17.
Yeah, it's certainly looking a little more similar to some score lines we've seen early in the season. And Lambton's going to have to find something in their bag of tricks to pull out that the Mohawk hasn't seen yet, because it's been a pretty impressive defensive performance, I'd say, overall for the Mountaineers. And they're really clicking as a team once again. Both the men's and the women's entire basketball program this season has been just so impressive, the way they've really elevated their game. I know the women are defending champs, so it's hard to say they've elevated their game. Just can't get much better than being champs in the OCAA, and the men are looking to match that excellence as well. And so far this season, they've certainly lived up to that expectation.
So far, so good for both squads. As both teams will now take back to the floor. Still a lot of time left in this game. 17-point lead is definitely not enough for us to say it's over. As the Lions could still very well come back. So 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. His first free throw from Lukács, still good. Second free throw, however, is good. They can go 1 for 2 from the line this time. Jenkins will get the ball back from Chong. He will have a chance to line, but that one given away and kept alive, but Jenkins able to get it back, finds Kaz immediately. Kaz now driving in. He'll play it back to Jenkins. Jenkins drives, has some space, pass down low, and a beautiful layup from LeJohn.
What a series by Scott Jenkins. They're keeping it alive at the one end and then coming up big with the assist on the other. He's just absolutely made that play from front to back.
What could have been a costly turnover turns into a point for the Mountaineers, and that turnover will be rewarded in another 2 points, as this time Iverson Chong with the layup off the beautiful feed from Kaz, who got an interception there to give the Mountaineers back their 20-point lead.
Seemingly the Mountaineers playing their best basketball in the fourth quarter. Lambton sinking a three, but otherwise it's been all Mohawk as of late.
Jenkins once again bringing it up. Guarded by Edwards. Gives it over to Chong. Back to Jenkins. Back to Chong. Back to Jenkins. He'll take a three and makes a three.
Scotty Jenkins making it rain from downtown. That one was from Jackson Square. It was so far out.
That one was absolutely beautiful to see. Return fire, as now the layup by Edwards is good. He gets through that one. Now Chong bringing it up. We'll leave it back to Jenkins. Jenkins, down low to Kaz. Kaz, no option for him. Back to Jenkins. Now Chong thought about the three. Now will take it, and he makes it. Timeout called for the Lions. Iverson Chong and Scott Jenkins go back to back with the triple.
And that's the last thing that Lambton wants to see, is the Mohawk Mountaineers getting hot from deep.
So now they lead by 21 points, 69-48, as we get another look at those long threes. That time that was Scott Jenkins, and that was about 3 steps behind the three-point arc.
See a look at that Iverson Chong dagger. Boom.
I like Klay Thompson with that.
Yeah. Scott Jenkins getting another assist.
They had a bit of a give and go there between the two, and there was some sort of discussion there with the referee and the Lions coaching staff.
sure what the disagreement was there, Harrison, but a lot of people getting involved. We'll see if anything comes of it. But the Lambton's coach clearly unhappy about something.
Is he unhappy that the Mountaineers are making threes?
Well, I think that is can go without saying.
Like, I don't know what you could be unhappy about. Look at your own team. I mean, there's no cheating that's going to help you make a three-pointer. As now will be Miller driving on Adam. A beautiful inside move from him. Layup not quite good enough. Gets the rebound, battling there. And that one is won by Brown. The rookie not looking like a rookie at all with that tough physical play.
Oh, he's been big on the defensive glass for Mohawk today after not making an appearance last night against St. Clair. They're getting him involved. Obviously, in the back-to-back game scenario, you're going to need to dig a little bit deeper into the bench, but he's been involved since the first quarter.
Lukic coming back out for Mike DeCius, who will come in and immediately have an impact with that layup. Now will be Iverson Chong, started by Edwards, pulling the ball up, fakes the three, dribbles in, goes for the lob, gets it back, plays it outside Adam. He'll take a dribble, he'll go in, pass down low, right through the legs of LeJohn, and now a chance for Edwards on the break against Jenkins. What a layup from Edwards. But the Mountaineers not letting that point affect them at all. They'll come right back immediately. Adam finds Scott Jenkins for three. No good, off the hands of LeJohn and out of play. Once again, it will be Edwards against Chong. He receives a screen. Now Dosen there to help out. Edwards to Miller. Miller taking his time, will be getting a screen. Adam trying to stay with him. Long outreach pass into the corner. Back out Edwards for three. This time it's short. Rebound for Jenkins. He'll hold. Nice behind the back move to get through. Now Jenkins pushing the pace. Back out. Now Dosen with it. Finds Chong. Chong will take the three. Short. Past the net. As Lions will regain possession now with Miller. Still guarded by Adam. Tyrell Miller off to Edwards. Edwards attacking, kicks it out. Corner three, way off, rebound for Dosen. He'll find Chong immediately. Iverson Chong receives a screen, has the shot, doesn't take it, goes to the lane, layup just wouldn't roll for him. And now Lions with another opportunity to get some points on the board nearing the end of this third quarter. Still down 17. Step back three, banked in, a beautiful rainbow shot from Miller.
This is looking more like the St. Clair game, Harrison, with the dueling three-point shots. As Lambton's doing about the only thing you can do to get a chance to get back in this one, and it's getting hot from beyond the arc.
Jenkins, step back three, no good. There won't be another chance for any team at the buzzer. The Lions with a bit of a run there to cut the lead down to 14, heading into the final 10 minutes of this one, the final quarter, the fourth quarter. As it's starting to look like that St. Clair game getting a bit closer. However, if you're Mohawk, you cannot feel too worried. Still up by 14, heading into the final quarter. All you have to do is keep scoring, keep doing what you have been doing, and you will hopefully come out with the desired victory, as we'll have a look at some of these highlights of that third quarter. Again, see Dosen, as we were talking about, with that beautiful layup. And it's all over this one again, and from multiple steps behind the three-point arc with that three, Scott Jenkins, as well as Iverson Chong, and impressive shooting. That layup was also beautiful by Edwards. We talked about his contributions, and we just saw one there. Jenkins doing all he can defensively, but Edwards, again, just like he was in the air doing a little bit of a moonwalk or walking up some stairs with that one.
Yeah, he's been my MVP on the Lambton side anyway. Since he's kind of come into the game, he really has been a huge contributor on the offensive end. Keeping this one, you know, within striking distance, 14 points. It was looking like it might be game over at a certain point in that third quarter, but Lambton's done everything in their power to get this one back into what is really not that big of a deficit if you can shoot the ball like they've been shooting it.
Now, the Mountaineers will start with this one. McKay has checked back in to the game. Now it is Chong. Chong will get a screen of help from Dosen. Not able to get free. Now Chong could be free. Another screen coming from Dosen. Chong attacking the rim, goes for the layup. Just wouldn't fall for him. Not a bad effort, just didn't get the roll. Now Miller attacking Adam. Going inside to the paint. Dosen right there to support. Back outside to King. King will now reset. King dribbles in, but stolen away by Dosen. Intercepts that pass beautifully. Now Adam can reset for the Mountaineers. Finds Dosen. Thought about the three, and a travel is called. The Lions will regain possession.
A relatively quiet third quarter for Marco Dosen. Only had 3 points, but does have a double-double now, as he was pretty active on the rebounding side of things, with 10 rebounds and 21 points.
King with it now, guarded by McKay. Plays it back outside. Fake three from Burgess. He'll put up the jump floater, and he'll make it.
Lambton's showing they want to make a game out of this one, Harrison. They're not going away by any stretch of the imagination.
A 12-point lead now for the Mountaineers as Chong dribbles in back out to McKay. McKay will go in himself. Layup no good. Chong seems to be favoring a leg there. As another three is good as the Lions tack on. As Howard makes it to cut the lead down to single digits for the first time since probably the second quarter. As the Mountaineers making subs of their own. As the lead now only 9 for the Mountaineers. We're up by 14 at the end of the third quarter. A big run for the Lions to try to bring it back. Adam across Jenkins. Jenkins attacking, floater, no good. And a foul called on the Lions as
That'll go, it was, I believe, in the loose ball foul as Marco Dosen was battling for it there.
Burgess was calling the foul there. Jenkins on inbounding. This time we'll find Dosen. Mid-range jumper is good. Once again, Marco Dosen, the man to come in clutch for the Mountaineers.
Getting him going is going to be the key to regaining a healthy cushion. That one making it back up to 11 points. But still, Lambton has really dominated the last few minutes of play anyway.
Burgess plays it back. Jump hook is good. Once again from Howard, had that big three earlier in the fourth, and now has that beautiful jump hook. As Adam once again, as the Mountaineers will try to respond. Kaz looking, finds Jenkins. They try to find Dosen, and they will find him down low. They'll take one dribble, plays it down low. Adams layup, no good.
If he had one more look, he did have Jenkins alone in the corner, but easier said than done.
Pass up to Newell. He'll make that layup to cut the lead now to 7.
So it hasn't been this low since the second quarter, Harrison, so this is an impressive effort out of the Lambton Lions.
Adams goes out of bounds. Another costly turnover. This is not the start you wanted in this fourth quarter as you are the Mountaineers.
And things go from bad to worse there with a unforced turnover.
Jalen Jackson subbed back into this game. Jenkins guarding King, screened by Miller. King drives, kicks it back out. Newell, he'll kick it out to King. His three, no good. Rebound for the Mountaineers. And a lot of contact there onto Dosen. Another foul as the Mountaineers finally stop the Lions from scoring, but they'll need to score points of their own.
Yeah, they're going to need to get back into their game and do it fast because Lambton is coming back with a vengeance in this one. And they're on pace to make the comeback happen unless Mohawk has something to say about it. We'll see.
Richards check back onto this game as well. Finds a corner, Jenkins. Jenkins can't get through his defender. Tried to find Dosen. He couldn't keep it in, and another turnover for the Mountaineers. And the Lions will get another chance to continue to cut this lead.
Frustration clearly mounting, no pun intended, on the Mountaineers side.
King drives on Jenkins, pass down low, but that one will also go out of play. So Mohawk get away with their turnover by forcing the Lions to get their own. You got to start getting points here to get your lead back up, to feel more comfortable.
I'm sure they don't want to cut it as close as they did last night, even though the 7 points was the margin. It was not that tight against St. Clair almost the whole game, and now Lambton's bringing it back into that range.
Richards downloaded Dosen. He posts up, gets double teamed, and a foul call. As Jenkins will once again be on inbounding. He'll be looking for one of his teammates. Shot clock does reset back to 14 with the foul. Players trying to get open. Dosen does. Open mid-range jumper. He does it again, Matt. Once again getting open on the inbound to make another clutch mid-range jumper.
So atoning for the mistake on the turnover on the last possession, he's now gotten their lead back up to 9.
Richards nearly with another steal, was able to deflect that one. Couldn't quite get it back. Miller now. Pass into the corner for 3. Short that time from Tosh. And now the Mountaineers will have a chance to continue to add on to their lead and to put it back to double digits. Jenkins receives another screen from Dosen. Finds Richards. Plays it down low to Dosen. Dosen in the post. Double team. Loses it. It's at the feet. And but given away now Kaz. The shot clock resets all the way back. Dosen to Jenkins. No screen needed. Jenkins attacks. Does get blocked. King now with it. King drives in. That one deflected by Jackson as the Mountaineers steal it right back. Now Richards. In with speed. Jenkins open for 3. No good. But rebound ends up right back to Richards. A gift of sorts. And a huge foul, which we could not see.
Called on Marco Dosen for the charge there. Sorry, no. Hard to tell what's happening with all the Lambton players coming on the court, but I believe, yeah, it is a charge called. I thought Dosen was standing by the free throw line, but no, he got called on the offensive foul.
Lions will regain possession after 2 multiple chances for both teams that ended up in turnovers and steals, with neither team having been able to score in about a minute. Mountaineers still up by 9. Edwards kicks it out. So again, it is Gashi. Gashi back out. Edwards guarded by Chong. He'll step in, mid-range jumper, no good. Great defense coming from Iverson Chong. And now Jackson will bring it up, finds Richards, back to Jackson. He drives in, no foul call there. Shocking stuff. I thought for sure they'd call a foul.
It's still going to be Mohawk ball, but yeah, as of now, no foul called on that one. Oh, so they're overturning it and making it Lambton's ball.
That's shocking. That is a shocking call. I mean, I thought it would at least be called a foul. Obviously not shooting foul, but foul. But complete opposite happens as it will be the Lions with the ball. Edwards, still guarded by Chong. He drives in, back out to Miller. He tries to make a pass down low, and the Mountaineers will get the ball back. Maybe some karma going their way, some good karma. They will get possession right back with 4:21 to go in this one. Mountaineers still up by 9. No points scored in about 2 minutes. As Jackson finds Chong to Kaz. Kaz to Richards, fakes the 3, back out to Jackson. Finds Chong once again. Chong receives a screen from EK Rhoda. He drives in, back out, Kaz open for 3. Whistle called for a hold on EK Rhoda and a timeout called by the Lions.
So things kind of getting away from Mohawk a little bit in terms of the momentum, and now all the calls going in favor of Lambton.
I didn't really see what the foul was called there for. The referee said it was holding, so probably on the screen or on the aftermath of it. So the Mountaineers, after 2 minutes of no team scoring and really back and forth, Mountaineers still up by 9, so you're still in the driver's seat, but just like you said, Matt, the momentum's starting to go to the way of the Lions.
I mean, if you're on the winning side, I think you'll take a 2-minute stretch where no one scores. That means that's 2 minutes you remain in the lead, but now we're in crunch time, and this one is much closer than previous games we've seen with 0 lead changes. Obviously, we talked about seeing the game last night that at 10, but in the other games we've called where Mohawk's been in the driver's seat the whole time, at this point, it really has been, you know, really just ceremony to play at the last few minutes. But right now, Lambton has a serious chance to get themselves into the win, and both teams are still very much fighting to keep that 0 and the loss column on their record intact. So we'll see if Lambton can find an extra gear, another level when it matters most, and if Mohawk can find a way to keep their composure and come away with a win that seemed like they had it all wrapped up at a certain point, up almost as much as 17 points. And now down to a 9-point lead, single digits.
3:52 to go in this one. Plenty of time for a comeback, and Miller using his feet there to keep the ball, which is, to my basketball knowledge, not allowed. So the Mountaineers will take back possession with Chong on the inbound. Richards will bring it up. He'll play it immediately to Chong. Chong, guarded by Miller. EK Rhoda in the post. Chong attacking. Can't find anyone as he gets it stripped away. Now Edwards the other way. His layup, no off. Way off, and that one deflected, goes out of play, and it will be Lions ball as the Mountaineers do make 2 substitutions. Dosen and Adam checking back in for Jackson and EK Rhoda. Still a 9-point lead, almost 3 minutes gone without a basket, which does favor the Mountaineers ever so slightly. Obviously still being up by 9. Miller's inbound, finds Edwards. Edwards receiving a screen from Griffith. He attacks, kicks it out, corner 3 from Newell, no good. Rebound Adam for the Mountaineers. Adam, his pass intercepted by Newell, and a foul called on Richards. Another turnover, which we've seen on both sides of the court.
That was a hard collision as Richards had his full force on that one. Nothing dirty, but just a hard, aggressive play.
Inbound play to Griffith, right back to Gashi. Gashi receives the screen from Newell. Back out to Griffith. Griffith to Newell. Newell attacking. Shot clock winding down. No basket called. Travel is called, so the Mountaineers, after their turnover, will get the ball right back after a Lion turnover, which we've seen a lot in the past couple minutes.
Yes, we have, and it's kind of stumping this momentum that had been building. They're going to not really be able to afford many empty possessions.
Kaz quickly downloaded Dosen, has it stripped away, keeps it, loses it that time, but that ball comes right through, and Kaz gets swatted in the face, no call there. And now Miller will attack Richards. He goes in, the foul, and one! A big 3-point play chance for the Lions. Another missed call. That time it was Kaz who got swatted in the face. No call from the ref.
Absolutely huge three-point opportunity coming up. This would be a massive swing as they're trying to get this down to a single possession deficit.
This would make it to a 6-point game.
And the way they've shot the three ball in this game, 6 points is nothing nothing to feel comfortable about if you're on the Mohawk side. You got to play this one right to the end. There's plenty of time left.
I was just about to say, Matt, with 2:43 left, that is too much time to give any team a chance only down by 6. Now the free throw is good. Jenkins with the inbound. He'll give it to Chong. Chong now drive. Chong. Back down low to Dosen. Dosen outside to Chong. Makes the three and drives. Back out Dosen for 3. No good this time. The Lions get another chance to make it to a single possession game. Edwards receives a screen, goes inside, nearly loses it, and does. Adam with the steal. Quickly to Kaz, back to Jenkins. Jenkins with pace, but another giveaway. But luckily that one out of play. It's just costly turnovers, almost costing the Mountaineers another point.
Absolutely, they just got to find a way to settle this one down. Lambton are clearly hungry right now to get this one tied up.
Chong to Dosen, back to Chong. Takes the 3, then attacks. Layup is good and 1. That is what you needed if you were Mohawk. A huge bucket to finally get some points on the board for Mohawk, who hadn't scored in, geez, what, a minute maybe, 2 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. It was a bad looking run in Lambton's favor, but now a 3-point opportunity of their own. Get this one back up to 9 points.
Free throw no good, however, by Chong. Gashi bringing up the ball for the Lions. Minute 50 to go now as he drives on Kaz. Goes for the layup. Great defense from Kaz, but a beautiful finish for Gashi to cut the lead back down to 6. Once again, it will be Chong getting a screen from Dosen. Gives it back to Dosen. Now Kaz. Dosen in the post. He steps forward into the middle. Nice move around. Foul called. As the Mountaineers will have a chance from the line as they are now in the bonus, which is critical. As now any foul will lead to free throw shots.
And you have to think, just like we saw last night, we're in intentional foul territory. If not now, within the next 24 seconds, it'll become a game of seconds. And I'm sure we'll have lots of timeouts. And this one's going to take a little longer than 1:24. I have a suspicion of that, Harrison.
Both teams have timeouts to play with, of course. As Dosen steps into the line, looking to sink what could be 2 critical free throws as this game gets down to the wire. First free throw, no good. Second free throw this time is good. Pushes the lead now to 7. Now it is Gashi, guarded by Kaz. Gashi hands it off to Lukash. Tries to find Edwards, almost stolen away by Chong. Now Edwards attacking, pass down low to Newell. Is blocked, but a foul called. And he'll get a chance at the line. Gashi will have his chance at the line with 2. First free throw, no good, so both teams not able to make free throws in this fourth quarter. At least both have missed their first. Second free throw, no good as well, so that
Huge miss.
Huge two misses. Give the Mountaineers another chance to score. Jenkins almost thought of a three as he was wide open. Chose not to. He'll drive in now outside to Chong. Chong will go in. Finds Kaz. Kaz goes in. He kicks it out. Scott Jenkins fakes the three. Down low back to Kaz. He kicks it out to Chong. Now Adam has to put up a shot. And no time is left. So the Lions will retake possession with 42 seconds. Timeout is called by them as well.
Big defensive stand there from Lambton, causing a shot clock violation.
Still down 7 though with 42 seconds left. If you are Mohawk, it is a 3-possession game. So as long as you can keep scoring, you know the Lions will be, eventually will have to intentionally foul. So we'll have to see what the game plan is for Lambton.
And those misses at the free throw line from Lambton a moment ago are going to really prove to be costly, I think, because if you get this down to even do a 2-possession game, kind of a 1.5 possession game up 5 points, I think it widens up the playbooks, widens up the options for this coaching staff in terms of game planning this next 42-ish seconds. And right now, it's going to make it even so much harder. Even if you get a couple of quick threes, you're still not going to have the tying score or the winning score. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if, I mean, last night we pretty much saw a very, very similar score line in terms of the differential at this point, being down to 7 points late. Obviously, Mohawk didn't want to have to be in this situation again. They would have wanted to have it wrapped up with a big lead, but you're going to have to face another challenge here against the Lambton team, who's going to make one last big push to tie this game up.
You're right about that, Matt. Eerily similar to last night's game. Now Miller will be dribbling in. Outside Lukács for 3. No good. Rebound taken for Gashi. His layup no good. And Dosen comes down with it. Will find Chong immediately. Iverson Chong attacks, gets blocked. Favoring his left leg. Now a 3 from Miller. That one way off. Kept alive by Lukács. Inside.
Lambton not getting the intentional foul right away and letting Iverson Chong drain the time that he did running down the court, I think might have just cost them a chance to get back in the game. Now it's just a little bit too late.
To Jenkins now, and they're not even going to foul. Don't really understand why they didn't foul quicker. Down by, what is it now, 5. Now with 9.5 seconds, any free throws that can be made here by Jenkins would be a dagger in Lambton's chances.
You'd have to think that would just about do it, but 9.5 seconds. Still have to tick away off the clock before we can say anything with finality. Jenkins,
though, trying to finalize this one as much as possible with that first free throw made. Second free throw good as well. Ice cold from Scott Jenkins, who will be subbed out for the final time as Jackson subbing back in, and Edwards to bring up the ball. Time ticking away. He will have to heave a 3. No good. Rebound for Dosen, and that'll do it. The Mohawk Mountaineers win again. They improve to 6-0 on the season, beating another undefeated squad, this time in the Lambton Lions. DJ Callan will sign us off as the Mountaineers win again. Both the men and women completing back-to-back victories here at the David Bradley Athletic Center and Recreation. As both teams will now shake hands at the end of that one, we will have a special post-game interview with Matt Jandrew. We'll have to see who the player of the day is. In front of a packed-out crowd, the men survived a thrilling comeback that was unbrewing from the Lions, down by 20, able to bring it back to a 5-point deficit, but the men showing championship resolve, holding on and clutching up when it matters. As we will be heading over to Matt Jandrew in a moment. As once again, happy Remembrance Day will be coming on the 11th. Thank you to all those men and women that fought for this country, as we are now ready to see Matt Jandrew with the post-game interview.
Thank you, Harrison. I'm here with our player of the game, Kazim Raza. Kaz, you had a great game shooting the ball. You had a great game rebounding. What aspect of your game overall do you think made the biggest impact tonight?
I think just crashing the glass, being on the old board, just being handsy, active, just winning extra possessions. Yeah, just winning extra possessions for my team, and everything else will fall into place.
Absolutely. You guys remain undefeated still in the regular season. What do you guys have to keep on doing to keep this streak alive as you head into the middle part of the year?
Just keep locking on defense. When our defense is good, our offense follows, making sure we know scout, making sure we're prepared, making sure we're doing everything we need in practice to make sure that we're ready for game day.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kaz. Congratulations on the win, and we look forward to watching you. Back to you, Harrison.
Thank you, Matt. We will be back on Saturday of next week. So until then, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you then. This is Harrison Myers and Matt Jandrews signing off.